My name is Noah D.C. Brown, and you don't know me. I'm the fifth-born son in a family of 9. I was born in Juneau, Alaska, over on Douglas Island.
Deep in the rugged wilderness of Alaska, the Brown family became a symbol of strength, resilience, and a life untouched by modern civilization. For over a decade, millions of viewers have followed their extraordinary journey on Alaskan bush people, a family that faced nature's harshest challenges together. But today, shocking headlines have left fans heartbroken, as devastating new reports emerge about Noah Brown, the quiet, inventive, and deeply family-oriented member of the clan. Known for his intelligence and his role as the family's problem solver, Noah always stood apart. He wasn't the loudest or the wildest, but his calm presence and sharp mind often held the Brown family together when chaos surrounded them. However, recent developments have sent shockwaves through the fan community. Sources close to the family say Noah is facing one of the most difficult moments of his life, a personal crisis that could change everything for the Browns forever. Rumors began spreading after Noah made a cryptic post online, leading many to believe that something serious had happened behind the scenes. What's going on with Noah Brown? Has tragedy struck the Brown family again, or is this the beginning of a new chapter no one expected? As headlines pour in and fans anxiously await answers, one thing is clear. Whatever is happening in Noah's life right now is more heartbreaking and unexpected than anyone could have imagined. Among the wild beauty of the Alaskan frontier, Noah Brown always stood out as the quiet soul of the Alaskan bush people family. While his siblings thrived on adventure and risk, Noah was the thinker, the one who preferred fixing broken machinery, creating clever inventions, and planning for the family's future rather than chasing immediate thrills. His calm, rational approach to life made him a vital part of the Brown family dynamic, earning him the nickname Mr. Fix-It among fans. Born into a world far removed from modern society, Noah spent his early years learning how to survive in extreme conditions. He was the one who could take a pile of spare parts and turn them into a working generator, or build a shelter from nothing but scrap wood and determination. But what viewers admired most about him wasn't just his intelligence, it was his heart. While others often argued or clashed, Noah was the peacemaker, the bridge between his siblings when tensions ran high. When the cameras stopped rolling, however, Noah's life wasn't always as peaceful as it appeared. The pressures of fame, isolation, and responsibility began to take their toll. Unlike his brothers, who seemed comfortable in the spotlight, Noah often struggled with the attention that came with reality television. For him, family was everything, and privacy was sacred. As Alaskan bush people grew into a global phenomenon, he found it harder and harder to maintain that sense of normalcy. Things changed dramatically after the passing of his father, Billy Brown, in 2021. Billy wasn't just the patriarch, he was the moral and emotional anchor of the family. His death shook every member of the Browns to their core, but for Noah it was particularly devastating. Losing his father meant losing not only a parent but also a mentor and friend. Fans noticed that in the episodes following Billy's death, Noah seemed quieter, more introspective, and at times visibly emotional. He tried to stay strong for his wife, Rain, and their 2 young sons, Elijah and Adam. Moving from Alaska to Washington was meant to give them a fresh start, a safer, more stable life where their children could grow up surrounded by nature, but without the constant dangers of the bush. Still, that change brought its own set of challenges. For a man who grew up in complete wilderness, adapting to a new kind of living was not easy. Recently, reports began to surface suggesting that Noah had withdrawn from public life more than ever before. He reportedly stopped making appearances with his siblings and began focusing on his own small family. Fans noticed his absence on social media and began speculating that something might be wrong. When he finally broke his silence with a cryptic post about hard times testing strong hearts, the internet erupted with concern. Many feared the worst, that Noah was facing health issues or a serious family crisis. Others believed he was simply overwhelmed by the ongoing struggles the Brown family has faced since their father's passing. From financial stress to the emotional toll of maintaining their homestead without their leader. Whatever the truth, it was clear Noah was dealing with something far deeper than anyone outside the family truly understood. For years, Noah Brown has represented quiet strength and resilience, the kind of man who fixes what's broken without drawing attention to himself. But now, as headlines swirl and speculation mounts, fans are beginning to realize that even the strongest hearts can only take so much. Something inside Noah seems to have shifted, and the coming months may reveal whether he can rebuild his peace or if this marks the beginning of another painful chapter in the Brown family's story. As whispers spread across fan forums and social media, concern for Noah Brown began to grow. The Brown family had always been open about their hardships, from health scares to family disagreements. But this time, the silence was different. Noah, usually reserved but approachable, had gone completely quiet. No new posts, no appearances, no comments from his siblings. For a family that had shared nearly every chapter of their lives with the public, this sudden absence felt unsettling. Fans started speculating that something serious might be happening behind the scenes. Some suggested that Noah was struggling emotionally, still burdened by the loss of his father, Billy Brown. Others believed financial stress was playing a role. Since the move from Alaska, the family had faced a series of difficult adjustments. Living off the land wasn't just a lifestyle for the Browns, it was their identity. But after Billy's death and the family's relocation, things changed dramatically. Reports indicated that the family was facing internal disagreements about how to move forward with their homestead, and the Alaskan bush people show itself. Noah, who had always been one of the more private members of the clan, reportedly wanted to step away from the cameras to protect his wife, Rain, and their 2 sons. He wanted to focus on raising them in peace, away from the pressures of fame. However, some sources claim that this decision caused tension within the family, as others wanted to continue the show's legacy in their father's honor. Adding to the worry, close family friends revealed that Noah had been under immense stress. After years of filming, relocating, and handling public scrutiny, he was reportedly exhausted, both mentally and emotionally. His brothers tried reaching out, but Noah seemed distant, responding rarely, if at all. Even his siblings admitted during interviews that they hadn't seen him much lately, further fueling speculation that something was wrong. Then came the headline that broke fans' hearts. Multiple outlets began reporting that Noah had been going through a period of emotional struggle, dealing with grief and isolation in silence. While there was no official confirmation from the family, those close to the Browns said Noah had become increasingly withdrawn, spending most of his time with his wife and children, away from public life altogether. For longtime viewers, this news was deeply emotional. Noah had always been seen as the calm, dependable one, the person who kept others grounded. To imagine him now facing such loneliness and sadness struck a chord with everyone who had watched the Browns grow up on screen. The show's producers, aware of fans' growing concern, released brief statements urging people to respect the family's privacy. They hinted that Noah might be taking a break from filming for personal reasons but didn't offer further details. This lack of clarity only deepened the mystery. Meanwhile, social media became flooded with messages of love and support. Fans from around the world posted comments like, "Stay strong, Noah," and "We're praying for you and your family." The Brown family's official accounts liked a few of these messages but offered no updates, leaving many to believe that Noah was indeed going through something deeply painful. Inside the Brown family, sources say there's both love and concern. His siblings, Bam Bam, Bear, Gabe, and Birdie, have reportedly tried to reach out, encouraging him to reconnect with the rest of the family. But Noah has remained firm in keeping a low profile, choosing solitude over publicity. His focus, insiders claim, has turned entirely to his wife and children, as he tries to create a stable, peaceful environment for them far away from the chaos of fame. For those who've followed Noah Brown's journey from the beginning, this latest chapter feels especially heartbreaking. The man who once thrived on creating and building has now retreated into silence, his strength tested by loss and change. And while the headlines continue to swirl, one question remains. Will Noah find his way back to the life he once loved, or is this quiet withdrawal his way of saying goodbye to the world he built on screen? For Noah Brown, life has always been a balancing act between two worlds, the wilderness that shaped him and the modern life he now inhabits. After years on camera, battling Alaskan winters and building shelters with his bare hands, the transition to a quieter, more settled existence has not been easy. The spirit of the bush still lives within him, yet so do the pressures of adulthood, fatherhood, and the expectations of being a Brown. It's a duality that has slowly worn him down. And now, as reports suggest, may be at the root of his emotional turmoil. Those close to Noah describe a man at a crossroads. On one hand, he's deeply devoted to his wife, Rain, and their two children, determined to give them the comfort and stability he never had growing up. On the other, he feels the pull of the wild, that deep instinct that's been part of him since birth. Living away from Alaska has left a void in his heart. The open skies, the endless forests, and the silence of nature were more than just scenery. They were part of his soul. Friends say Noah often reminisces about his time in the bush. The sound of his father's voice echoing through the trees, the laughter of his siblings around the fire, and the satisfaction of building something from nothing. But now, surrounded by the quiet hum of modern life, that sense of purpose seems harder to find. He's a man caught between what was and what is, struggling to bridge the gap between the person he was raised to be and the person he's trying to become. Adding to the emotional strain is the ongoing distance between him and some of his siblings. While there's no confirmed feud, sources claim that communication among the Browns has grown limited in recent months. Each member has chosen a different path. Bear and Raven focusing on their growing family, Gabe taking on the responsibilities of their homestead, and Birdie confronting her own health challenges. In the middle of it all, Noah feels isolated, unsure of where he fits into this evolving family dynamic. The loss of their father still lingers like a shadow over the entire family. Billy Brown's leadership, wisdom, and unwavering faith once united them, but since his passing, the Browns have struggled to find that same sense of direction. Noah, especially, feels that absence deeply. His father had always believed in his talents, his creativity, his intelligence, his unique way of solving problems. Without that guiding voice, Noah often feels adrift. In a recent private message to a close friend, Noah reportedly expressed feelings of guilt and regret, saying that he wished he could have done more for his family after his father's passing. The emotional weight of trying to live up to Billy's legacy has been immense. For Noah, being a Brown isn't just a name. It's a responsibility, one that carries both pride and pressure. Meanwhile, life in the Pacific Northwest has its own challenges. The family's property, while beautiful, requires constant maintenance and effort to sustain. With Rain caring for their young children and Noah taking on most of the work, exhaustion has become a part of daily life. And without the show's filming schedule to give him structure, days can sometimes blur together, leaving him with too much time to think and reflect. But amid the struggle, there are moments of quiet hope. Noah has always been a man of innovation, and recently, he's been channeling his energy into personal projects, small inventions, carpentry, and homestead improvements. Those who know him say these creative outlets are his way of coping, a reminder that he can still build and create even when life feels uncertain. Still, the questions remain. Can Noah Brown find peace outside the spotlight? Can he heal from the emotional scars left by loss, isolation, and change? Or will his longing for the wilderness and the life his father built pull him back to where it all began? The answers may define not only Noah's future, but the legacy of the entire Brown family. The wilderness has always been Noah Brown's greatest teacher, a place of silence, challenge, and reflection. As time moves forward, Noah finds himself standing at a crossroads between the world that made him famous and the quiet life he's been yearning for. After months of speculation, emotional battles, and heartbreaking news, Noah is finally beginning to find his footing again. The pain hasn't disappeared, but he's learning to live with it, one step at a time. In the wake of tragedy, Noah has turned to the only thing that has ever made sense to him: creation. Whether it's building innovative tools for off-grid living or working on projects that keep his mind occupied, he's channeling his grief into productivity. Those who know him say that his late father, Billy Brown, always believed Noah would one day carry the family's spirit forward through his unique creativity and intelligence. And now, it seems Noah is doing exactly that. Noah has been seen spending more time with his wife, Rain, and their children, choosing family life over fame. The couple recently hinted at wanting to raise their kids away from the cameras, giving them the peaceful, grounded upbringing that Noah himself once dreamed of. Fans who have followed the Browns for years understand how deeply connected Noah is to his roots. Despite the fame, he has always sought simplicity: a cabin, a small garden, and the hum of nature replacing the noise of the world. But that doesn't mean his future is without challenges. Reports suggest that Noah has been battling both emotional exhaustion and the immense pressure of living up to his father's legacy. The weight of keeping the Brown name strong in the eyes of millions can be heavy. Yet, Noah continues to move forward with quiet determination. He's not chasing attention or headlines, he's searching for peace. Recent sightings show Noah and Rain working together on new homesteading projects, possibly hinting at a new chapter outside of Alaskan bush people. Some insiders believe Noah is planning to start his own independent series focused on sustainable living and family life, a softer, more personal approach to the wilderness lifestyle that could connect deeply with fans who crave authenticity. Others, however, say he might step away from television completely, focusing on privacy and healing instead. Whatever path he chooses, one thing is certain: Noah's story has always been about more than survival in the wild. It's about emotional endurance, love, and family bonds that withstand the harshest storms. The wilderness has shaped him, but so has loss. Losing his father, facing public scrutiny, and carrying the expectations of fans around the world have tested his strength in ways few could imagine. Yet despite it all, Noah continues to embody what Alaskan bush people stood for: resilience, independence, and hope. His recent words in a heartfelt online message summed it up best. Sometimes, the wilderness is the only place quiet enough to hear your heart again. Those who have followed his journey know this isn't the end. It's the beginning of something deeper. Noah isn't disappearing. He's transforming. As the headlines fade and the noise settles, Noah Brown remains a symbol of perseverance. He's building a future not defined by fame or ratings, but by love, integrity, and purpose. The Brown family may have changed, but its spirit endures through Noah's hands, his heart, and his unwavering belief that even the toughest storms eventually give way to sunlight. And for fans who have grown with him through every struggle and triumph, one truth shines brighter than ever: Noah Brown's greatest adventure isn't behind him. It's still unfolding, deep in the untamed heart of the Alaskan wilderness.